Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman, and as you can see, we're not broadcasting from downtown, well, actually, the Lansing Capital Region International Airport, which is where our studios are. We're going to venture out to Eaton County right now, and we have with us Ryan Wilkinson. He's the Eaton County Emergency Manager. And Ryan, welcome to the show, first of all, and thanks for taking time. Emergency always says to me, I don't have a lot of time, you know?
Sure, yeah, right. No, thanks for having me on board. Happy to be here.
Well, listen, let's just kind of reiterate what an emergency manager is and how they come into play.
Yeah, so an emergency manager is really a collaborator, a coordinator, what I call a bridge builder. We have a lot of different islands in the emergency and disaster world, right? Between police, fire, EMS, public health, communications personnel, faith-based organizations, business, even individuals and households. We act as a bridge builder. We try and build bridges across these different islands of interest, if you will, to try and get everybody around the table working together towards the same mission, especially during times of emergency and disaster where things can be really chaotic. You want to try to be marching in the same cadence, playing the same sheet of music, if you will.
All right, now you're in Charlotte, which is Eaton County.
Yep.
So how did you wind up there? And was there something cataclysmic, or did they just need some direction?
Yeah, no, great question. Started my work over in Livingston County as kind of the number 2 person over there to the emergency manager. And then this position opened up in a bit of a transition. This office was always a division of the sheriff's office, and the Board of Commissioners back in 2018 decided to make it an independent department of the county, reporting to the county administrator. And that's when they hired this punk kid to kind of come in and build a different foundation, take us in a little bit of a different direction. I'm a trained and educated emergency manager. I have my master's degree in this stuff. I live, eat, and breathe public safety. So that's when they brought me in to kind of make some changes and march in a different direction.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about how you do that, and I know it always comes down to strategic planning, right? So let's go into that a little bit.
Sure. Yeah, we have developed a draft or a proposed copy, if you will, of a strategic plan, really to try and get us moving in the direction for our mission and our vision. We're very cognizant of the short-term sprint versus the long-term marathon, if you will, which is why this strategic plan only covers 2 years. But we've gone through some changes internally in our office with some different hiring and everything and different practices. Our field of emergency management throughout the state, even nationwide, is going through immense changes daily. I always tell people, emergency management as like an organized field is really only about 2 or 3 decades old. So we're learning a lot from some of these major disasters around the country, around the world even, that is rapidly changing our workforce, the way we plan, the way we train, the way we exercise, the way we prepare and ready, different levels, individuals and households and businesses all the way through government. How we prepare for and ready for these disasters that are inevitably going to happen. So we think the strategic plan helps set us on the right direction for that to achieve our mission and vision.
So Ryan, one of the big problems that business is confronting right now, I'm wondering if you get involved in, and that's like cybersecurity. I mean, you talk about emergencies.
Yeah, absolutely. And cybersecurity, especially in my space, is no longer just this cyber thingy, right? Emergency management does have a support role in that, and that is without a doubt an emerging threat, if not a threat that is already here. We're seeing, cyber incidents take place from very large corporations all the way down to the small business or even the small municipal water authority. There was just one a couple of weeks ago over in Pennsylvania for a small municipal water authority. So that is definitely within our hazard identification and risk assessment, that we are making sure that we're working with partners from across all different sectors to address and be prepared for.
Ryan, tell me about the business community. You talked about building bridges. Well, our audience is business.
Mm-hmm.
How do they come into play here?
Yeah, so we want to make sure, and this is right a part of our strategic plan, we want to make sure that we are coordinating and collaborating and including Again, partners from all sectors, and that goes from government to the private sector to faith-based organizations to nonprofit organizations, all the way through businesses and even individual households. We want to make sure that they have a seat at the table, that they have a voice, that they are included in our planning efforts, that they're providing stakeholder input on everything that we do. Because when you build that foundation, you can ultimately move towards community resilience much faster after that bad day. So that has been a major point of emphasis for us going forward, with different frameworks that we hope to develop, different trainings, different exercises that we hope to hold, and we're looking forward to that.
So your new plan is going to cover 24 and 25. What sort of hazards are you kind of getting the county ready to handle?
Yeah, so we lump hazards into three different things: natural hazards, technological hazards, and human-caused hazards. We analyze different hazards in different ways and perform risk assessments in different ways. Our biggest hazard here in Michigan in general is natural hazards, things like tornadoes, severe wind, severe winter weather, things we know are going to happen. But we want to make sure we pay attention to those technological and human-caused hazards too, those things that are really a little bit unpredictable. But we want to put some emphasis on to make sure we understand that those hazards do exist, that we work with different partners to ensure that we can address those when they do arise, because we know it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when it is going to happen. So we want to be as ready as possible.
Great attitude. Ryan Wilkinson, Eaton County Emergency Manager. Thanks so much for joining us and clearing up all the stuff that's involved. It's important work. Thanks for being with us, buddy, and happy holidays.
Yep, thank you. You too. Happy holidays.
All right. I'm Chris Holman, and you are watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. We'll be right back with more.